Today's podcast is brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey. You can check them out at howlerhead.com, a handcrafted, award-winning, 80-proof Kentucky straight bourbon. And listen, damn it, it's got the flavors of banana. You like MMA, you like Dana White, you like the UFC. Let's support them, baby. Get the bourbon, get the Howler Head Whiskey, the only whiskey you will find at Fury Fighting Championships. HowlerHeadWhiskey.com, howlerhead.com.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the fury.
That's we doing, bro.
That's not how we intended to start.
Fresh back from Vegas. 2 weeks in a
Do
row.
not disturb.
We were both there for basically like a week.
Came home and went back.
Yeah, man, my day job had me there I left right after our main event on Sunday. I had a flight straight to Vegas, and then I didn't come back till Friday, and then we went right back out on Tuesday. Ooh, that was rough. It's been a rough one, but man,
I was in Houston all week.
well,
It was the huge.
You were taking care of business down here.
It was the huge.
you had business to take care of, Diego. Why did I say Diego?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's been that long since Rich has been in.
This for you is Wayne?
This is Wayne.
Hero, Wayne. Diego.
It's Uncle Paulie.
I see fucking Uncle Paulie over here.
Uncle Paul.
I was the one who was there for you, Rock. I want this fucking Remember that? In the garage, Rocky 3?
And if y'all remember, he flaps his fucking trench coat like the fucking penguin.
Yeah, Rock, I don't sweat you.
Bird Young, God rest his soul.
I don't sweat
Because Uncle Paul.
About the penguin. Give a fuck about this restaurant, Rock. What's up? The penguin.
Yeah, the penguin show. I like that one.
Have you seen it? Yeah.
And what's
I have to see it. Yeah, is it good?
It's pretty good, yeah. It's not all, dude. It's like kind of like a crime boss, like mafia kind of show.
Penguin show.
Yes.
Like Batman.
Yeah, it's that guy, but it's very like
That's what it is.
a very mafia-esque Sopranos kind of show.
It's Batman Penguin?
Yeah, but it's like Batman isn't in the show. It's not like, oh, we're gonna get foiled by Batman. No, it's not like in that crap.
Danny DeVito?
No,
No, that would be...
No, it's Colin Farrell.
It's Colin Farrell.
in a fat suit, in a Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a great job. You wouldn't know it was him.
yeah.
Yeah.
You would not know.
No, it's on HBO Max.
Why did I check that out?
He kind of imitates Tony Soprano.
They started doing that a few years ago. They did like Gotham. And then
Yeah.
they did the one where like you got the Joker was kind of in there, and you got these little origin stories.
I'm watching.
The fuck are you twisting
Johnny Manziel. What
Twisting two? Oh, I thought you were twisting nipples in the
I'm watching
Hey, that was
For the
fucking
third
good. That shit's good.
for the third.
Hey, if y'all haven't seen they're called Untold. I think it's Untold on Netflix. It's like the whole series. Have y'all seen those?
I've seen the McNair one.
Oh, dude, the McNair one.
That one was good too.
The McNair one broke my heart, man. Like you're watching.
Killed him, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he shacked up with his girlfriend.
I mean, that was sad, but I was more, referring to like the Oilers leaving Houston, ending up in Nashville. But yeah, man, that was sad that McNair got killed by his.
By his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean,
By his mistress.
Yeah, it's like bells that don't pay to cheat, man.
That's why you don't have no mistress.
Sheepy.
That's why you don't have a mistress. Just
No.
Let her be known.
Yeah.
let her be known.
Let her be known.
Let her be known. You gotta have a special woman to be let her be known and still have your wife and kids at home.
Man.
But you know,
You gotta be Floyd Mayweather.
hey, that was pretty common. That was that was pretty common back in the day. That
Man, it's still pretty common.
like 40s, I think it was
Pretty common right now.
Yeah, all his massage buddies, yeah, let it be known.
Listen, Diego, just because they don't speak English and they're not legal here,
Yeah.
they still count.
They got WhatsApp, Diego. No.
No.
All of a sudden, they're gonna find Mrs. Diego on the fucking WhatsApp one day. Un Timbuktu.
Really, this picture of Diego with Tubuku.
Oh man, hey, they call him Big Tipper. Big Tipper come through. Paperboy hat, Big Tipper. Rocky.
Don't worry, wear that for the disguise.
Get us all canceled his accents, man.
That's
Are we allowed to do accents anymore like that? That's not allowable.
Are we not allowed to do accents?
No, we're not supposed to, but fuck it.
right?
Why would we not? Listen, this side of the table probably shouldn't do accents. This side of the table is probably fine. They don't know where that sound came from.
Yeah, true.
That's just how we talk.
This is how we talk.
That's just our accent.
That's how we make matches from now on. Oh, you want to do?
Man, have you ever noticed, like, when you talk to a foreigner who doesn't speak good English, like, you change your...
Oh yeah.
You mirror their accent.
Yeah, you try to...
Yeah.
What about you? Also,
That's
what about
cultural appropriation?
you? Also
can't
get
do that either.
You also get louder and slower, as if they're retarded and deaf at the same time. Can you say retarded?
You're not supposed to, but it's still a word, so I'm a little for it.
You want drink? Do you want drink?
No. Fuck.
Live oak.
You want drink?
Live oak.
Hey, speaking of drinks,
Live Oak
we got
vodka.
the Live Oak vodka flowing through. We got the Howlerhead whiskey flowing through as well, guys. Thank y'all for being some amazing sponsors. Yeah, man, Vegas was fun. I'm glad to be done with that little run.
What a season for Dana White Contender Series. They produced a ton of talent this season, man. I can't wait.
Finale night could have been called Fury Night on
Yeah.
Dana White Contender Series. I mean, it had Luis Grim Garule earning a contract, Yaje Del Valle earning a contract.
It's also cool to see Fury alumni in the crowd.
Yeah.
Watching those fights.
I mean, we walk in, we walk in, and there's Robelis to Spain, like, giving us big hugs and shit as soon as we walk in. You turn your head a few minutes later, Michael Aswell, Josh Van are coming through the crowd. Shout out to Chico stealing shit. But they come through, and it's like we're surrounded. Sebastian Orvidas is sitting up there in round of
Our
our
Houston guys, man. It's like Houston's in Vegas, right?
You know,
cool, man.
Except for me and you, Diego. We're holding it down back here. But But it was Fury Night
awkward.
in Las Vegas.
It was Fury Night, and hey, I did want to stop and say shout out to Nick Piccinini, man. So, you know, Nick came back to fight a second time, so he won on Contender Series.
He won his original fight, but Dana, I guess,
Dana didn't
he
agree.
didn't agree with the decision.
Yeah,
he got a decision.
he didn't agree with the
Dana-
decision.
But Dana liked Piccinini enough to say, "Hey, come back and fight again. We'll give you another shot."
So Nicky came back, and I can tell you right now, that was the best Nick Piccinini I've seen. That first round, he comes out, the big right hand, picks up Garule, slams him down, takes his fucking back, all within like the first 45. It couldn't have started worse for Luis Garule.
Yeah, we were like, oh, wow, this is a different Nick.
It was Nick looked fucking phenomenal.
Nick with a chip on his shoulder.
And I think where the only mistake I can say that Nick made, because the first round was relatively close. All the rounds were close. It was a split decision.
It was a split decision win.
Either way it went, it's hard to argue with that decision.
Yeah.
I think and judging is starting to trend this way a little bit, and I kind of like it. I'm on the fence about it. You can wrestle somebody down, but if there's no damage done, they don't necessarily give you the round. And to Garule's credit, he got up every time.
As it should be.
Yeah, he was able to get up. Now, I do think if Nick was able to do a little bit more damage on the feet, he wins that fight. But also, fucking Garule, man.
He's a beast, man.
He is a tank. His cardio, he never gets tired. It was a joy to listen. It's so hard to sit there and not root for one or the other. You know, you have.
I didn't root for nobody.
I was just
It's like
cheering.
watching your children
I
fight.
cheered anytime somebody landed something. Like whenever somebody landed something, I was like, oh, that was amazing. It's hard. It's hard to not be too biased because listen, I've got a long relationship with Coach Safe at Fordale.
Love Safe. I talked to him yesterday for 30 minutes.
Yeah, one of the guys I respect the most in this sport. And also Luis and all of his fucking teammates there. He's part of Iridium.
Yep.
You know, like we have a good relationship with all these guys, and we're sitting there in the middle. All right, so you got Brandon Moreno sitting in front row, who is the main training. Who one of his main training partners is Nick Piccinini, but Brandon is also. I think it's pretty fair to say Brandon and Diego Lopez are kind of the poster boys for Iridium. Like they are
Cheeto Vera.
Cheeto. I think. I mean, clearly, like Jason's got 1,000 people signed.
Brandon Royval.
Sean Strickland. You know, like he's got Africa. Chris Curtis.
He's got a lot.
He's got a lot of
You're
guys.
going to piss some people
But
off
I
if you
think-
just give those
I
two guys
think-
poster boy
I
status.
think they are like two of the most popular. Let's say right now, two of the most popular right now. And you got Brandon, who's clearly rooting against Luis Garule. You know, he's clearly. You got Jason House over here, who's clearly rooting against Nick. And then you got Eric and I in the middle going, hey, oh, hey, oh. It was a great fight. I do think that Nick Piccinini won't come back to the regionals for very long if he does. Like he's super talented, and he was going for the kill. And I'm interested to see how he bounces back from his first loss.
Yeah, and we kind of kicked around the idea of bringing him back if he wants to come back early next year to fight Paris.
It'd be a great fight.
You know, but then we have like Alden Correa on the verge of getting a title fight too if he wins his next one. So either one of those guys for Paris, or we could do Alden versus Nick and the winner fight Paris. You know, I just don't know if Safe and them are going to want that tough of a fight coming back. You roll the dice, man. I mean, at that point,
Yeah.
you already been to the biggest Dana White Contender Series like that you can do on the region. And we tried to make that Garule fight and Piccinini fight
We did.
earlier this year. I think it was, or last year maybe.
I think it was earlier this year.
Yeah.
We tried to make
And
it.
they were both kind of like, well, that's a fight that we need to have on Contender Series, and it kind of worked out.
It worked out perfectly for it to
Tells me
happen.
the matchmaking's on point.
To happen on Contender Series. And then what about I thought the star of the night, Yadier Devalle.
Well, that's probably one of the happiest moments I've had at Dana White Contender Series for that kid right there.
Yeah, man.
Yadier earned it, deserved it. He's faced adversity in his whole life. So to be able to go out there and say, damn,
Dude, and
put it all on the line, he did.
When you heard Dana talking about it as well, Dana's like, he faced adversity in that fight. He got to that second round, and there was a place where he threw the fucking kitchen sink at that dude.
Yeah.
Had Dean stopped that fight, it'd have been like, oh, okay. But he let that dude clearly, who is a fucking Terminator.
And give Bob Perez
Oh, yeah.
shout out, like 100% shout out, because Yadier was at a point in his career where he had took a step back. He left us for a little while.
I was going to say he left for a cup of coffee outside of Fury. But
Yeah, and it was the worst decision he made, and he even acknowledged that was the worst decision he made by getting put in a Combate Global contract where they fought him one time in like a year or 18 months, and they just had him shelved and couldn't get him booked. And Bob Perez had to get him away from his manager at that point and move him with a different management company and get that management company to help get him out of that Combate Global contract to bring him back to us. And when he brought him back to us, I said, listen, dude, I promise I'm going to keep him busy. I'm going to get him the fights that he needs. Next year he'll be on Contender Series.
and look at him now.
And he's got a fucking contract now.
That's one of the things when we talk about contracts. Most organizations, I would agree with, you probably shouldn't sign a multi.
No.
But there are some that you should, if you can. If you are on a Fight Pass organization,
Well, I could name 5 of them right off the top of my head that are on Fight Pass. But then there's also some on Fight Pass that you shouldn't.
exactly. Here's the thing too. Some of them you may sign a multi with a Fight Pass org, but they're not doing enough shows, or you're just another piece in the cog, and they're not looking to build you up. You know, our number one job, we have said it for the last however many fucking years it's been, is to send fighters to the UFC. That's it. When we talk to people all the time, I'd like to get a fight, maybe go to PFL, or maybe you're not for us. We want to send you to the UFC. That's it. We have more shows than anybody
Besides LFA.
but besides LFA. And listen, I'll give them their props and their credit for one of the few times taken outside of my own personal bias when it comes to them. LFA is at right now, at this point, they are a bigger organization than we are. They are doing a tremendous job with getting guys. They had the most people on Contender Series this year. They had the most people last year. They put more people into the UFC than anybody does.
They got a solid product, man. Everything.
They do.
Production, everything.
It's awesome. It really is. But there is, I feel, a disconnect when it comes to the care of Fighter A and Fighter B. They're really good at getting guys in and getting them to the show. We are, I think, better at building prospects from the ground up, getting you ready to go to the UFC, and then getting you into the show. We are more and more, the trend now you are seeing is guys who have had all their fights, including their amateur series fights, with us, who are now signed in the UFC. And that trend is only going to continue for us. So, again, very rare for me to say, but listen, LFA is the number one org on Fight Pass right now, by far. We are I fully believe, the number 2, and I think we are the best option for a young fighter building their career.
Yeah, and people can't say that it's all about the money to us either at this point. I mean, maybe when I first started, obviously the goal was to try and make money, but
sure,
I'm sending my biggest ticket sellers out of here as fast as I can. Like, get out of here. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, it's but again, congrats to Yadier, Dana. It's funny, we had this year the 2 best fights ever to happen in the history of Contender Series happened, and both of them featured Fury fighters. Michael Laswell's fight and Yadier's fight, and they both fought each other for us in Fury.
And had a great fight in Fury.
And I think when people look back, and I've heard it,
I'll say quality over quantity.
I hear it very often that, oh, that fight needs to happen in the UFC, or that fight needs to happen over here. Just trust us. Trust us and let us put it together. If that logic was true, then Yadier and Michael Aswell never should have fought. But
Michael Aswell has that type of performance every time he fights.
Exactly.
He does that every time he fights. And he told me at Contender Series, he goes, I fought like that because of the fights I had for y'all. And he says, I believe Yadier fought like that tonight because of the fight me and him had. And then Bob Perez told me the next morning at the airport, he's like, bro, Yadier had already had a fight like that with Aswell.
Yeah.
And
you'd already been tested.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's listen, we are, again, our only job is to build prospects. That's all we are trying to do. I can tell you on the back end of it,
that's a UFC fight.
It is not
bigger money for that.
It is not. Yeah, so do we.
that doesn't work for me, brother.
So do we.
Like, more money for that one.
We need more money too, because the goal right now is not what we're trying to do. Is just like have this big influx of money come in to Fury, because it's not happening. What we're doing is we are sending guys to the UFC on a consistent basis. And listen, as we're sitting there, we broke this news as our news already broken. As we're sitting there, Sean Shelby walks over to Eric. Hey, man, I have an opening this weekend. Who do you have? He didn't pick up the phone and call 20 other agents. He didn't hop on Tapology real quick and check his emails to see who's reaching out to him. He walked right over to where we're sitting, said, Eric, who do you have?
It was fucking insane.
It took Eric steps up there. It takes just a few seconds. And then now, luckily, we also have like so it's Cameron Smotherman gets picked up for this weekend, late notice. His manager is sitting right next to Eric. They walk up. Jason comes up afterwards. What we got? Okay, cool. Let me hop on the phone real quick too.
Made sure
on the phone.
Wait.
We're sitting there and we're all going back and forth about, is this a good idea? Is this not a good idea? He's in Saudi Arabia. He has to fly back while trying to make weight and land here, run and get new meds real quick.
He got here he landed in Vegas, I think, at 6 p.m. last night.
Shout out list, Cameron Smotherman.
Why was he in Saudi Arabia?
He's cornering Rafion Stotts for Rafian's fight.
PFL.
Okay.
This is still a who you know industry. It's a what you've done and who you know. And you have to be with the right management company. You have to be with the right promotion. And you have to have had the right fights. There's other people who have just as good of records as Cam's who don't have the finishes that Cam has. So they're not looking at you right.
I mean, I pitched him 3 guys. So had Cam not taken it, he was interested in Wanderlei already.
Yeah.
And I called Wanderlei's manager real quick. I said, hey, can he make weight? He's like, yeah, let me call him.
You know what? And that's, we had also sent him Sean Mora.
Sean Mora as well.
And Sean Mora, while he's exciting, he needs a couple more finishes.
Reyes Cortez.
Yeah.
We thought about
Reyes Cortez. Like, we're sitting here willing to basically blow up cards, which we have done before.
All these guys are booked.
They're all booked for fights coming up.
But I was like, fuck it, I'll lose this fight so this guy can have an opportunity.
That's our job. Listen, we hadn't announced it, but Cameron was our main event for 12-15.
versus Brian Mitchell
for the 135 title right here at home. Yeah. We were doing that was going to be our big main events in the year, and so now we're sitting here going, "Fuck, we need to do a main event for 12-15."
No second thoughts? Like, yes.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And now that I look at it, I'm like, damn, I just lost $6,000 in ticket sales.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all good, man.
For sure, man. But shout out to Cameron, man. Like saying yes in a whole nother fucking continent. Gotta hop on a plane. I think it's a 12-hour flight, maybe 14.
And he was in London yesterday, and he's like, "Nah, I'm in London.
He's been in 4 countries, in the last 2 days. Like, Cameron's a worldwide traveler.
He probably got a multi-deal.
Yeah,
I'm sure he did. But imagine he comes out here and he lights this dude up, knocks him out, and leaves with a $50K bonus.
Wouldn't that be something changing?
There you go, man. And that's what he's been waiting for.
Yeah, and listen, here's the worst possible outcome for Cameron. Cameron comes home. He took a short notice fight. Doesn't go his way. He gets another fight.
Full camp.
He is in the UFC. Cameron Smotherman is now a UFC fighter. And it doesn't matter if he wins or loses this first fight. It's a better story, obviously, if he wins the first fight coming back. And Cameron has that ability by far.
For sure.
But the roll of the dice isn't that big. The biggest roll of the dice right now for him is making weight.
Mm-hmm.
Making weight Friday. I believe that we've seen that kid cut a lot of weight. Remember, who was it he was going to fight short notice? Was it Coronary? And he cut all that weight. But made it. He made it. You know, like, that dude's got the right mentality. And he put all of his faith and trust in Eric and what we do here at Fury to get him where he needs to be. And he's there. He's there again. So if you're a manager and you're a coach, and listen, if you think you have the right way to do it, I'm not the one to tell you no. But if they didn't pick up the phone to call you and ask you for your 135er this weekend, maybe you don't.
Not only that, walk up to you.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you got to go, speaking of like walking up, you got to go some behind the scenes in Vegas and go hang out with Uncle D a little bit.
That's cool. I got to see his closet in his office. Look like it's about this big. His closet in his office is about this big. Full of Travis Scotts and Jordans, and shout out to Dana, man. What a shoe collection that man.
Shout out to Christian Guzman.
And Guzman for hooking him up.
Hey, I feel bad because I'm positive. This is gonna sound terrible.
And Dana's such a nice guy, bro.
You know, Dana's sitting there going like, I got 4 pair of these motherfuckers. Christian's, hey, shout out to Christian Guzman.
I saw that, yeah.
Hey, doing
guy, Space City Collective out there.
Doing his thing, bringing him out there, but also like.
Oh, really? That was Christian Guzman's meeting, and he brought brought me along.
Again, man, relationships. Christian Guzman, for those who don't know, we were out there for the UFC Fight Pass Invitational 8, right? Was it number 8?
Yeah.
I think so. Yep. Fight
FBI.
Pass Invitational number 8. Once again, Christian Guzman's on this card.
And it was third appearance.
Third appearance for Fight Pass. While he's out there, he's already hooked up Uncle Dana with a couple pair of shoes. Let's go bring him another slick pair. Yeah. And Eric got to go and check him out, and Dana knew who Eric was walking in, man. Like he knows what we're doing. He knows the product we're building. And look, man, it's not very often where I'm like, hey, we're the fucking best. We are.
Got to talk to him a little bit about the keto diet.
Yeah.
About the 72-hour water fast.
Yeah, see, I'd have been like, I don't know.
Like, oh, bro, you
don't know. Dana, I just drink a lot of shit. I don't know.
That's what I do, Dana.
Eric's out there, look at these abs.
I do everything you do.
Look at me. I'm going to shave my head next.
I'm going to shave my head.
Oh, man. Hey, So Cameron Smotherman takes on Jake Hadley. That's this weekend. You want to run through the rest of the card?
Yeah, hey,
we got.
Listen, the opener.
Right?
Yeah, Despain versus former Fury FC heavyweight champ Austin Lane.
Who you got,
dude? I mean, in that one, man, you know, if you make me pick, it's like picking between children, man.
I know.
But if I have to pick, man, I mean, Despain. Oh, Despain. If he's got that knockout power. And dude, I mean, not that Austin Lane is susceptible to that, but I mean, dude, I don't bet against Robelos to Spain.
What do you think?
Seen what he's done in our cage, dude? He had what 3-4 fights for us, and he spent like a total of maybe a minute,
18 seconds.
Yeah, like not even. Yeah. So
does Austin take him down based on what we saw? Robelos?
No, if that happens, then I'd like to rescind my vote.
I think when you look at it from a distance, you know, Austin Lane, our former heavyweight champion here at Fury. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter. Austin has a great ground game.
Yeah.
If you remember how he beat Juan Adams, there was some wrestling.
Yes.
You know, he weathered the storm.
And Juan Adams is an accomplished wrestler.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. So, you know, but Austin Lane has a very, very good ground game.
Yeah.
And he can control you on top. And he's probably the better overall athlete coming from being an NFL player. You know, he's a very explosive athlete. What he is susceptible to, and it may come to haunt him in this fight, because he's used to being the taller guy. He's usually the taller guy. He's just more of a lean back to avoid the punches without really slipping and moving and rolling. And when you're fighting someone who is this freak. You know, like I'm sorry,
Freak in the sheets.
Robelos Despain
A freak in the sheets.
is he's got a crowbar for a piece for sure. So why? I'm just saying.
Abuelita.
He you're talking about like this extremely well-rounded. Austin Lane is extremely well-rounded. We have seen Robelos Despain is an A+ on the feet, but he may be a C or D or maybe an F on the ground. Like he looked lost. Let's be fair. Like we're sitting here, he looked lost on the ground.
That was word on the street. Yeah.
Was that how many months ago? If that's all he's been working on, I mean, he's probably made some
I was
improvements.
gonna say, man, he's not coming back without having tried to adjust that.
But let's Eric, you're a black belt.
I know,
You've been
it
a
takes
black
a
belt
lot
for a
longer.
minute. Yeah. If I told you, hey, I got a blue belt, I'm gonna give him 6 months, and all he's gonna do is work on avoiding your baseball bat choke. You know what you're gonna do? You're going to do something different after the baseball bat choke. You know, like there's just more options.
Right.
I think if the fight stays on the feet, it's clearly Robelos' game. If Austin Lane can take him down, I think Austin can take this fight.
I think Austin has a better chance if the fight goes more than 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because Robelos shines the most
Early
in that first 1 to 2 minutes.
He's also he has to have shocking power because the way guys fall when he's hit, it's not just like an accumulation of speed strikes where your head goes down.
Most of his striking, though, is from him backing up.
Yeah, dude.
He backs up, and he's putting dudes to sleep with that hook.
It'll be very interesting to see how that fight goes. The fight I'm most looking forward to, though, is you got it right there.
Daniel Pineda.
Darren Elkins. Yeah, man. I think we all are, man. Our local hometown guy, Daniel Pineda, former Fury FC champ as well.
2 division.
Yeah.
45 and 55.
Yeah.
That's my pick. I mean, you have to ask me. I'm never betting against Pineda.
Thank you. One more.
Bless that microphone too. Golly.
Listen, I don't think I've ever bet against Daniel Pineda. You could tell me that Daniel Pineda is fighting an actual panda bear the next day. I'd be like, damn, I think Daniel can get his back.
With a broken leg.
Are there any odds on those fights?
Which leg is that? Yeah.
Who's the favorite on Despain and Lane?
Despain.
He's the favorite? So, okay.
Minus 340.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
And Pineda's the favorite?
No. Is he?
I think so.
I thought he was he's minus 112. It's almost a push.
Minus 112 and minus 108 for
and do they have Smotherman odds on them?
Plus 130.
Yeah.
Smotherman is?
Yeah, it's plus 130, minus 155 for Hadley.
Somebody gonna make some money on that one.
Hey.
Somebody's gonna make some money on that fucking Robelos fight too. You dump a bunch on Austin.
I mean, imagine a 3-fight parlay with Austin, Smotherman, and Pineda.
Be a good night.
Be a good night. I'm not a betting man.
Yeah, me
'cause I'm
neither.
a matchmaker.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But
now, if I was at a sports book and nobody was around me,
if I was at a sports book and I had
I got my hat put down.
locate Pete Rose, the matchmaker.
yeah, listen, if I was over there like that, got my ears tucked in, hand on the fury, like, see, like, hey, I could do my best like this.
Yeah, but let me get that Cam Smotherman.
But you gotta have your ears tucked in. Yeah, if not, it doesn't work. That's still notice.
Oh shit, man! It's a great weekend. Again, this weekend we're talking about 4 former Fury fighters on this card.
That's crazy.
And Pete Rose, God rest his soul.
Hey man, shout out to Pete Rose. What a travesty! Like the dude never got into the Hall of Fame while he was alive.
Hey, Mick was telling me that somebody sent Dana like a Pete Rose rookie card or some shit.
Yeah,
worth a shit ton of money, man.
Dude.
I mean,
it's all right. What a travesty.
What kind of garbage friends do I have?
Oh, what's my nobody sent me shit.
Where's my Bo Jackson rookie? That's a heavy pour over here.
My guy right there. He knows what he's doing.
Like where's my Bo Jackson rookie card with my King Griffey signed autograph too?
Man, do you got any Topps UFC cards? I'm gonna start buying them. I think.
Yeah, I'd like to get some.
They sell them on Amazon.
They do?
Yeah, I got George St. Pierre action figure.
I got that too. Yeah, me too.
And he plays with it every night.
I actually have a shit.
That's how he finishes. He gets his. He got the kung fu grip with the GSP.
Oh no, you're taking my back.
I'm not impressed with your performance.
Yeah, that's why I stay.
That segment brought to you by Howard Head Whiskey and Live Oak Texas Vodka. The drinks are flowing. That's why I make those.
Jeez, Rich, why you always talk about finishing?
What are you talking about?
I think I did that one. Sorry.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, boys?
Well, I'm making a heaviteweight fight right now.
Hey, so this season, you got that graphic pulled up? You got that graphic anywhere? I got the graphic. Let me get.
I don't have the graphic. I got this weekend's card pulled up.
Hey, so this season we put in Cody Steele, Elijah Smith, Luis Garule, Jacoby Smith, Yadier Duvalle, and you got to give a special mention to Michael Aswell, who's just waiting.
Yeah.
He didn't get a contract that night, but he's
ready.
He's just waiting for them to say, "Hey, this is your fight."
How come we didn't say Michael Aswell whenever they're asking about? Oh, he's a featherweight.
So we didn't. When this, there was, I forgot what website it was. They put out a little thing, media, whatever bullshit it was, little stat about we were tied for third place with how many people had went into
At the beginning.
Yeah. At the end of it, we are clearly far and away in second place once again. LFA had the most. We had the second most people go in a Contender Series this year. Listen, five people signed.
5 out of 9, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Like the next closest organization had 4. And every one of these guys earned it, and every one of these, as you look at them, are ready for it, man. They've all had tough fights.
Those guys can all be stars in the next couple of years.
Oh yeah,
top 10 guys.
Listen, if Jacoby Smith isn't the next fucking Tyron Woodley, I'd be shocked.
Yeah,
that dude is so talented and so special. Luis Garule is just a tank. I think, as you see, remember he took this fight against Nick Piccinini on 4 days' notice. Mm-hmm. Short notice fight against maybe one of the best wrestlers you could possibly face in MMA. Yadier and Cody Steele and Elijah Smith, I think those 3 guys are going to be fucking stars. They have the right personality. They have the right look. I mean, listen, Yadier could be a fucking model running around. Like, the dude's ripped, looking good. So can Cody. And that's not to say Elijah's ugly. He's a cutie patootie.
Elijah was 21.
He is young. He's young, man.
Courtesy of the official flavored bourbon of the UFC.
Yeah, but listen.
Vince, did you just take my drink to prop up your phone?
Yeah, I propped up my phone with your drink, dog. You wasn't even drinking it. It's been sitting there for 5 minutes.
Do that.
Yeah, we're there bullshitting around making fights.
Just get other people wasted and top you off whenever you're not looking.
I know.
Cosby, but without alcohol.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, my fantasy football team name this year, Cosby Juice.
Oh, dear.
Diddy Juice.
Diddy Juice. Oh, Diddy Juice next year. I used Ron Mexico for 5 or 6 straight years.
Mike
Ron Mexico.
Yeah, that was Mike Vick's alter ego.
Yeah, so whenever he was in,
he was misbehaving.
Yeah, when he was misbehaving, he'd check into a hotel room, and be like, put this under Ron Mexico.
Ron Mexico. Hey, the NFL banned the sale of those jerseys. So many people were ordering Michael Vick jerseys, but with Mexico on the back of it. The NFL's like, oh, you can't do that, which I don't understand why. Do you not like money? Do you not like revenue?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
Dude, getting back to Contender Series, man, going back to Garule, taking that fight on 4 days' notice. We talk about this all the time. Guys saying yes to the opportunity. Man, that has to be your answer. And Garule is like the poster boy of that, saying yes to the opportunity.
He capitalized on it.
What if you whenever you call Garule and oh man, I don't know if I can make weight in 4 days. Oh, I don't know, man, that's too short. I need a little more time. And then that opportunity passes him by. Dude, he's a contracted UFC fighter today because he said yes to that 4 day short notice opportunity. So, shout out to Luis Garule, man.
Way to go.
So when you get a UFC contract, is it like a 3-fight?
I think it's normally 4.
4-fight deal.
I think that's their norm.
I think it used to be 3.
It's
some guys get 5.
Yeah, it's 4-fight, but you have to
win.
You have to win. Yeah,
there's an out
any loss.
They can cut you on any. They can cut you for winning.
They're the biggest fight voters in the game, so they kind of write the rules. So they can cut you at any time for any reason. I'm sure it's written into the wording of the contract. But if you're doing what they sign you to do, that's highly unlikely.
I mean, our contract says we can void their contract at any time.
Yeah.
So, fuck around, find out.
Hey, so Diego, what do you guys think about next weekend? is Max Holloway and Ilya Topuria.
One of them gets sick and Diego falls in.
Exactly as I was going to say. Do you see the backup fighter?
I don't wish ill will on anybody, but
I want my boy
I'll
Diego.
make an exception in this case, man. I would love to see Holloway Topuria, but I would love to see Diego Lopez Topuria
For the belt.
more.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Diego and Holloway.
We talked a little bit about Diego Lopez last week on the podcast, jumping from 13. He's ranked number 13, jumping to number 3. And only like Volkanovski and Holloway and obviously Topuria ranked higher than him.
So from what I understand, if he doesn't, like someone doesn't miss weight, then his next fight's going to be Volkanovski. I heard his next fight's
Man,
Volkanovski.
it has to be.
How crazy is that?
That's insane, but
That's crazy,
in the
bro.
fucking most awesome way possible.
Yeah.
And I hope Diego's the biggest underdog because I'm going to put my whole house on him.
Tara,
No, I'm not.
Tara, we gotta move out.
I'm a kid.
Yeah, it's an aggressive way to go about it, but I love the belief.
Fucking judges in Vegas fucked us, Tara. Damn it.
Pack your shit. Pack your shit.
Diego won that fight. Anybody saw it, but the judges.
I could see Diego being an underdog.
Oh, he will be.
Yeah, hands down, man. But
I don't see.
he's been put wrong every step of the way.
But how do you have him as a favorite over any of those guys? Tell me,
over like this generation,
Volkanovski,
Great.
Holloway, and Topuria. One's the champ, 2 are former champs. He would be just
wants
stupid.
it, but he wants it so bad.
He does.
Like, so bad.
he's hungry and he hasn't been to the mountaintop.
There you
These
go.
other guys have
There.
been to the mountaintop.
Been up there for a while.
Yeah, it's Rocky 3.
Listen,
they've
the
been
way-
there. They've seen it. No, I'm not saying they're soft or they're comfortable, but they don't have the fire in their belly like Diego Lopez does.
You know, Ortega for the longest had been the guy who he wasn't the champ, but he was like the next best thing to being the champ. Brian Ortega was right there, you know. And so when you look at him, you're like, well, he's kind of like the gatekeeper for the elite.
Yes.
And the way that Diego Lopez handled him,
Didn't do that to him.
nobody did. Nobody. He almost knocked him out in the first exchange.
They knocked him out. And on his way down, he woke him up with.
I mean, let's be honest. The MMA math doesn't always add up. Like, it doesn't always. But Diego, he's a different character, man.
Yes.
Yeah, he is for sure, man.
That dude is a different breed. And the guys that he's bringing up and putting with us, Imanol,
Dude, yeah, he's got some killers.
that
I want to know next time we talk to Diego, whenever he's at one of our events, I want to ask him whenever he's fighting, what is this?
that's just
So-
a nervous tick.
So from what I was told, maybe I read it wrong. He had like an injury when he was a kid or something like that.
I heard it was.
And it's a tick that he developed over time that he just, I don't know, I mean, he's a little jerk off move before he bucks drugs. Before he finishes you, he finishes himself.
It always goes back to that with Rick over here.
Shout out to my guy Diego.
That's the first thing Rich does when he goes to his hotel room.
Yeah. Listen, if you've been to a hotel room after I've slept in it, you've got shit on you.
Bring your black light. God dang, pal.
Just jizz everywhere. Anyway, I'm getting old and dehydrated. I don't think it goes that far.
Segue out of that. Garcia. If you've had a black light hotel moment that you're a little suspect of,
Yeah.
hit up your boys at denunalawfirm.com, 713-257-8889, criminal defense, DWI, all that stuff. If you get into trouble that you don't think you belong in, hit up our good friends at denunalawfirm.com or give them a call at 713-257-8889. Put it in your phone. Save it now. You might need it later. Hit up our boys, proud sponsors of Fury Fighting Championship. Segue out of that, Rich Burmaster.
I like it. Listen, hey man, it's been an awesome year so far. We still have November is
4 events
busy
to go,
as
man.
fuck.
We're wrapping up the year. You know, we got a little break going right now, but then November gets here and we're back off to the races.
We got four weeks.
No break for us.
4 weeks, 4 shows, then 1 week kind of off, and
No
then
break for us.
and then we're right back at it. But listen, man, we're working on Fury 100 right
Whenever
now.
I say break, I mean like a break in events. Like we don't have events going
Right.
every weekend.
Clearly dealing with fallouts. And
Right.
can't.
Clearly, the work never stops.
Something personal came up today. Fucking bullshit excuses.
Me and the guy you want me to fight, we
We made friends on Instagram.
my coach and them live in the same town. at one point.
I seen him at the basketball game and waved to him. I can't fight him.
Yeah. I seen him eating popcorn. I eat popcorn too. So like, I can't be fighting a dude that eats popcorn.
The
both like Diego Lopez. He's our favorite fighter.
Yeah.
So I got a message this morning of some heavyweight about the pro debut. Dude, they're begging me for a fight.
Yeah.
This year, finally got him booked. Pro debut. Made the fight. Sent the contract. Got the contract signed. And then today's like, hey man, I actually have a lot of stuff on my plate. I can't take this fight out.
Whoa.
He doesn't tell me what it is. So it's just, bro, I guess it's none of my business. But dude, your girlfriend are fighting.
Yeah, but
shit, like,
man,
I don't have time to waste, man.
Seriously.
See you later. So don't call me and saying you got personal shit on your plate after you've been bugging me to fight. Just won't book you again.
Quote one of my most memorable Dana White quotes: "Fighters want to fight. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They don't come up with reasons why they can't. So if you don't want to be here, there's the door."
Hey, so we've got
we don't vote him off. We beat him off.
we beat him off with our hands.
He's like, wait, that didn't sound right.
Yeah. Hey,
With two fists.
Don't forget, 11-3, we're back at it again. Manshare Karen, Devin Dixon for the 155 title. Co-main event, Moses Diaz and Loham Estevez. Guys, this is going to be an absolute banger of a card. We will be back next week to really break down this card. Going to give away some tickets. Got some awesome stuff coming up.
Those two fights you just announced, any of those four guys will probably be on Contender Series.
Yeah. We've also
possibly all four of them.
We've also got the first round of the TMF going down. It's going to be an awesome end to the year. We will crown a new TMF champion at Fury 100 coming up, which is, listen, when we announced this card, it's fucking absolutely stacked. What I would like to ask everybody to do right now is we're getting toward the end of the year. Hey, start sending this in your fight of the year, fighter of the year, knockout of the year, submission of the year candidates. We still have 4 shows to go, so it's hard to like say these are it. But start tagging me, hit me up at Show Enough Stuff, or you can hit us at Fury Fighting. Let me know who you think should be these winners of these awards. I guess they are sponsored. I don't know. We get a video. We do something. I don't know what we do anymore with things.
That would be a cool thing to do.
But hey, listen, man, it's been awesome. We're running shorter today, Wayne.
Oh yeah,
we're running shorter today.
We got a lot to talk about.
We're hitting up 4-5. We're hitting up 4-5. What else do we have to talk about today? What you got?
So we're doing the first round.
I gotta do pee-pee.
Well, go do pee-pee.
Go on,
fucker. We got the first round of the TMF tournament, and we're going to deep dive into the rest of the card. But we talked about this one, kind of, we fantasy booked it a few episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Richardson.
Who was our fantasy bookings back then?
It was Nate Richardson and Gabe Macario, which is happening November the 3rd.
Yep.
And then the other one was Cam, Chaos Teague, and some other guy, and we need to find somebody to face Teague in the second round.
He went to Contender.
He went to Contender. He didn't get signed, I don't believe.
No.
So maybe he's still available. Maybe we can still book that one. If not, then, who do we...
I think we're going to let Loham and Moses fight, and then we're going to offer them the winner of Nate and Macario. So Loham and Macario have already fought.
Yeah.
So we're just doing like a 3-man, like a round robin kind of.
That's 4. That's 4. Moses.
Oh, so you're making the Loham. That's the other. Okay, the flip side of it. All right.
Yeah, Loham's not in a board fight ever.
Oh no. I can be on board with that. So we've got the first round going down at this 11.
This is my other thought. If Loham and Moses don't want it, then I let Toro fight the winner of Diaz and Macario for the TMF. Because Toro's a fucking savage. And that
I love it.
Not having a board.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I would just like to see another fight on the flip side of that where, hey, one of you guys will fight the winner of this fight. That's just where my headspace is stuck. But, dude, that works.
Well,
man.
Toro just had a killer performance, and neither one of those other guys fought on that card. So
of course he did, man. That's why I would like to market it as such. But dude,
I agree.
Tony Toro against the winner of that for the TMF at Fury 100 makes all the sense in the world and is worth the price of admission and then some.
Juan Alvarez, who Toro fought, was
he's
what's up with that kid,
dude, man? Is he coming back?
He's got a great OnlyFans. What
if you're into that kind of thing?
Why can't
which clearly you are.
22.
He wanted to wait. Oh yeah, listen.
I feel bad for not knowing his OnlyFans.
He had a tough ass fight with Toro.
Yeah, but we still got time.
He wanted to recover a little bit. He's moving. He's moving to Vegas. I want to take some time off.
A guy like him, he belongs in Vegas. That's where he needs to be for his other
what
endeavors
in Vegas.
Everything that happens stays there.
Fury belongs in Vegas.
It does.
I'm just
We gotta
saying.
talk about that, huh?
I'm just saying. Well, we could talk about that.
Talk about
We could. There's some other stuff we can talk about. Hey, if you
Let's
want
segue.
if y'all want to talk about,
We've got another 20 minutes at least that we need to film here. Let's
listen.
go.
I'm gonna go take my PP out real quick. If y'all decide to talk amongst yourself while I'm gone, what would y'all think about? Y'all know, like Fury in Vegas.
Why wouldn't we? It makes all the sense in the world. We've been to Denver. We've been to California. We've been to Louisiana. We were going to Oklahoma. Something happened there. Whatever.
Florida.
We've primarily we've stayed in our lane in Texas because we've got our hands full with so much talent here in the Lone Star State, and it makes a lot more sense to bring in prospects here to fight our guys. But dude, Vegas, why wouldn't we go there? Eric Garcia, let's do it, man.
Different promotions.
In Vegas?
It's the fight capital of the world.
The UFC obviously is the main one, but Tough Enough runs out there, but they only do 4 shows a year.
Even if it's a one-off, for whatever the reason.
Yeah, I don't know what their reason is, but
But even if it's a one-off, we almost have to do it just to say we've done it because it's the fight capital of the world, and Fury FC belongs out there.
so I was there last week, obviously for Fight Pass Invitational, and I set up a meeting to go to talk to the commission. So I got the whole packet and stuff, working on it right now. So the plan is to do Las Vegas next year.
Get signed by the commission, get all the licenses and everything taken care of and out of the way. Next, we got to find a venue.
I got one.
T-Mobile Arena?
No.
For the same weekend UFC.
I actually met an owner there, or not an owner, but the GM of a casino. And he said, man, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Give me a shout.
That makes the most sense right there. Everybody wins there.
The casino. So.
Yeah, man.
I think we're going to make it happen, man.
Badass. Well, obviously you can't say who and where, but if it's a casino and
Not yet. Yeah,
you
not
know
yet.
it's legit, you know it's going to be badass, and you know it's Fury FC and Eric Garcia, and we're going to do it right.
Going to do it big. And then we had a meeting, too, with the venue in California. So we'll be headed back to Cali.
Why?
Listen, man, if we do Texas, Cali, and Vegas,
Hey, don't get me wrong, man. I loved our time in California for the most part. I'm like running back through like all the electric car issues in the state with the red corner, blue corner. So
it was
the little
different,
stuff,
man.
but yeah, it was different. And they're a different breed of animal to deal with. But over like the crowd, the live crowd, man, they were fun to deal with. Our experience out there was awesome. Are we going back to Visalia, or
No.
are we going somewhere else in Cali?
no, we'll be somewhere else. It'll be somewhere. It'll be a different experience. I actually have
Are we allowed to mention a town or no?
no, not yet.
All right, well, goddamn.
I have
this makes it really hard to talk about it.
I have a call with the commissioner here in like 30 minutes. Well, we'll figure it out.
No thanks, Diego.
If we're going
no
back.
thanks. That was a big no thanks.
No
Oh,
thanks.
okay.
Listen, man, the minute we start mentioning the
I'm gonna
city,
get. Hey, whenever Rich gets back from tugging on his
the
wiener,
venues,
I'm gonna get Rich in here and he's gonna tell us where we're going.
it starts upsetting the other promotions that are out there, and I don't want
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't want to throw a wrench in it right now.
Say less.
Let me lock it down.
Say
It's almost
less.
like announcing a fight that the guy ain't under contract and then somebody else starts going after him. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I just like to give you a hard time. It would be really cool to go into like one of the bigger markets and a great venue and build a following out there. Grow the brand a little more, man.
So, are we staying? What about maybe heading to the East Coast? Any ideas?
East Coast.
No, I'm not.
Hey,
I'm really not interested in that.
the mafia's out there, man. Hey, you got to pay a lot of people to get in there. Oh, man.
I ain't trying.
Just what I was trying to do, the Florida stuff. I did get
You
licensed,
ever watch The Sopranos?
but it was a headache. Like it was having to deal with stuff over there and file with like the business.
The politics.
It's just a lot of. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And not to say that California and Vegas isn't a lot. I mean, their applications are huge, but
Don't get me started on Cal.
once you get it, we'll be locked in.
I mean,
we'll make some great cards out there.
yeah, of course. Dude, the way that Vegas is so packed with
Hey,
talent-
welcome back, Rich Burke.
Hey, man. Hey.
How's the wiener act?
It was good. I got my wiener out, pissed majority of it where I wanted it to go. Yeah, you guys have that. You know, you don't really know where it's going. I've had that bitch for 45 years. I still don't know where it's going sometimes. You get down here and you're like, how the fuck did
general vicinity, general area, you know? Yeah.
I love the middle of the night piss. Because look, we're all old. It happens. You get up there and you're like, you just kind of guess. You're like, should I just piss in the fucking shower right now? Because I have no clue where this is going. I don't have a fucking clue.
I'm not that far.
I'm not that old.
I'm not. Yeah, I haven't had that experience yet. But I'm sure it's coming.
I'm the only one who enjoys a good sink piss.
I guess so. You're like Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene, where he's like, he's like pointing this way and it goes that way, and you're like, it's over there, and then yeah. You're in that stage, I guess.
I think I don't know, man. I feel like a good sink piss is just like so easy.
Sink pisses are usually when I'm drunk, like after Mick has pumped me full of tequila, and
did you say Mick was pumping you?
And I go into the wrong bathroom and piss in the sink. That's generally when I piss in the sink.
Ice and water.
Rich is feeling good, man. He just dropped his phone and walk off.
Give us some holler in there.
Top him off.
More. Come on, y'all had some other shit to talk about. I took a break. What happened?
Oh, we're good now.
And we're booking the territory, man. I'm trying to get us into Vegas, T-Mobile Arena.
Hey, I'm looking to add
Oklahoma City maybe next year.
No, we're looking.
No thanks.
Yeah, Oklahoma City could happen. I'm looking to add another ring. What the fuck?
We don't need no more ring girls.
Look how big that dude is. Look at that. That's supposed to be DC, but damn, you did your boy wrong on that.
Is that an AI rendering
that right there?
There's extra Popeye's chicken in that AI rendering.
It is. It's cool, like to want to go out to these other states and stuff, but also it is so easy just to fly people here. Oh. Like if you look at our cards, over half most of the time are from out of town. We're already bringing everybody out. And I look from a business standpoint, it's so much cheaper just to fly people in.
It really is, and especially taking into consideration, not to bore everybody with this side of things, but the logistical headaches that we deal with behind the scenes going into a new state, going into a new venue, dealing with all the little BS. Oh, the lighting in this venue doesn't work. We don't have what we need. We got to...
Oh, fuck.
Like all that
Jeez,
stuff.
That was a nightmare.
Whenever you go to a new spot that you don't know until you get there, it makes it counterproductive to want to go.
It's rough.
You also go off of the story you're being told by other people.
Word of mouth. Somebody, oh man, hey, your shit would be great at this spot.
There's so many locals. There's shitload of ticket sellers.
Whenever they fight for me, we sell 4,000 tickets a show. I'm like, okay, and
place don't even hold 4,000.
They don't even hold 4,000 people. But all right, it's hard, man. It's not easy to travel, which is, and not to say that like Eric's invested, like you guys mentioned before, we've been to Denver, we've been to Cali, we've been to Oklahoma, we've tried
New Orleans,
we've tried other markets, and it's not that they weren't successful, it's just that they weren't successful. So like they just weren't what we needed it to be, and plus some markets may have a few really good fighters. But Houston has just Texas in general, just being in Texas.
So many in Texas.
Dude,
which we touched on. Whenever we go to these other places, number one, the population, per capita is not what it is here.
No.
We're used to. So, you're dealing with a smaller base already, and then, you apply the percentages, and, you end up with, I think the one place that we went to where we ended up having, like, a bigger crowd than we anticipated was California.
Yeah,
for that one show we went to out there. But it's really hard to replicate that in, say, Tulsa.
Yeah, and plus when you talk about the wear and tear on your people, like when you do these shows that are only like a state apart, we're talking about we're just going to drive up here. Well, fuck, man, like that's a few days of our guys driving and being out there, and you're on the road and hotels and food, and that's tiring. It's tiring versus just here, man. Like we know our setups, San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, the setups we know. We know them so well now. Like we can tell you from the time the guys get on the floor to what time they're going to be ready to go. And Diego, as you experience in different venues when you go there, you don't know what the power's like here. All of a sudden, you think you got a fucking connection over here. You got to run 100 feet extra up into the sky over here.
oh, we don't. There's no internet connection on this side of the building.
Yeah.
You got to get a wire to run it from over there to over here. Do you have a 1,000-foot Ethernet cable?
Man, I remember when we were sitting at the Fort Bend Epicenter. Yeah, Fort Bend Epicenter.
Rosenberg.
And beautiful venue. I'm sure we'll go back. Yeah, we're going
forward to getting back there.
Yeah, we'll go back out to the Epicenter. Beautiful venue. But I remember we're sitting there and they're like, well, we got to run this. And it's like looking up in the fucking sky and pointing like, it's up there in that section. What? Did somebody bring a fucking lift I didn't know about for us to get up there? Yeah. Hey, Eric's going, listen, he don't know shit.
Let's go.
This motherfucker, he says, we're going out of, we ain't going out of town. No, we actually are really looking for it. He said, yeah, like.
Looking forward to it.
Vegas will be fun, man.
He wouldn't commit to a town in California where we're going, but he did say we are talking to.
We are
the California.
We are. Like, we have another call with him.
We're talking to CSAC again.
We got another call with him here in a little bit to finalize some stuff.
Thoughts and prayers. My limited dealings.
Hey, no electric vehicles this time.
Going back to the Contender Series.
Yeah, man.
Talking about the background and scene. I mean, how was it? Like just watching all these people. I'm watching on TV and I see you guys in the background. Like,
yeah, there's a few moments.
He's like he's pausing the live stream so he can rub one out. Oh, my guys.
There's a few moments that you look at it from just a business perspective where it's like, hey man, this is cool. Look what we're building. Look at what we're doing. But then there's also the personal side of it. You know, like Yada gets to go. So they bring in family and coaches to come take a picture all together real quick. And Pluton and Yada are grabbing us to come inside with Bob and them goes, hey, come. So like we're in his I won Contender Series picture with us sitting there in it. You know, like there's this personal connection that you build with some of these fighters.
He still messaging me this morning, thanking me so much for the opportunity. Like, dude, that's all you, bro. Like, you went out there and fought, man. You put on for us here in Houston, and you went out there and showed that you can do it anywhere.
I mean, Yadier was one of my favorite guys early on in his career. And whenever I found out, like, he had signed that Combate Global deal, I was like, what? He's gone? Like, oh, shit, dude. I hate to lose him, man. But whenever he came back, I was like, thank God, man. I love.
I mean, he thought
he's earned.
At the moment, he thought that was what was best for him.
Of course, yeah. Hey, I'm speaking from my own personal.
Yeah, no doubt.
From a business perspective, he did what he had to do, and it made the sense. And that's, man, hats off to him. I'm just speaking from my own personal bias. I hate whenever I see like a guy that I love watching fight go somewhere else. Oh, dude, man, I'm gonna miss seeing him fight. But you know, he came back and he made the most of that opportunity, and he earned where he is right now. And dude, that is such a gratifying.
He's got a solid group of people around him, especially over there at Main Street. A lot of good training partners, and he's got Crew Bob,
doing Santa Bob now with that new beard. That new beard looking, are we looking great?
Is it Santa Bob?
Hey man, shout out to Bob, dude. Like, and I know you mentioned him earlier in the show as well. Sometimes he doesn't get the credit I think he deserves for what he's done with some of these guys.
He has to really go looking for it though.
He doesn't.
He just lets it come to him.
He does.
That should be.
He does it, man. Like, but this is I've known him for. We've all known Bob forever. Like early days. And he's been consistent with who he is. You know, he's changed his look a few times. Remember Euro Bob?
Yeah.
Euro, like, get his gummies rocking for a little while. But he's consistently been this amazing coach. And there's a reason that he connects with his fighters the way he does. You know, and you can really see, like, with a guy like Yadier, the passion he has out for him as he's in there and how thankful he was, you know, for not just what we did, but for just opportunities that are given. And again, when we talk about Garule and we talk about fighters in general, we are putting opportunity in front of you to get you where you want to go. You know, it doesn't do us any good for you to just fight locally. Like, you can sell some tickets. Okay, we're going to sell tickets. No matter what we do, we are going to sell tickets. We have a great product. It's great that the fighters are selling tickets. That allows you to make some additional money as well. But, like, it's not like we're not going to move tickets. We're going to move tickets no matter what. So it's not about that for us. It's about if you are who you say you are, and every fighter right now thinks they are the best and they are going to the UFC, well, then we're going to give you that opportunity, and we're going to have you ready to go to the UFC. We don't want guys who get in there who just get in there for one fight and pop out. That's not what we're trying to build. We're trying to build you a career in the UFC. Just go make as much money as you can there. We all understand that the money is not here regionally, but the opportunity is. You know, and Yadier is another guy who he shut down his food truck for 2 weeks.
Yep.
For 2 weeks, he shut down his only source of income to fully commit to this. And I challenge you, if you are a fighter out there right now and you are half-assing this, maybe there's a reason you're not getting the results you want.
Oh, dude, where is his food truck?
Right in front of Mike Trends on 529. So Mike's Seafood on 529. Mike's got him in the parking lot. How fucking awesome is that? Like, Mike has his own restaurant, and outside of his own restaurant, he's let a fucking dude put a food truck.
You can go get your ass kicked inside, and then come outside and get your ass kicked on the way to the car.
Yeah. You don't want seafood? Well, you can fight the seafood over there.
Yeah, man.
Like, but it's amazing.
Hey, dude, that is badass.
Yeah, dude, like, Mike Trend's giving him opportunity. Like, no one's going to do that.
If you go to Mike Trend's restaurant, you can see Jacob sells panties on the
You can.
Yeah.
You can see his panties are on the wall. Shout out to the Hall of
See what Mike will tell you about
Shout out to the Hall of Fame. Hey, we're gonna announce some new Hall of Famers coming up. I'm excited for this class.
Oh, shit.
This is gonna be great.
2045 class.
You're announcing it then?
No, we are going to.
No, not right now. I think you're going to make an announcement.
So I think we're gonna do it at Fury 100. Wait,
You have to. Yeah, it makes the most sense. I mean, January is whenever you did the inaugural.
Yeah.
I mean, January would make the
January. Yep.
For some reason, I thought we did it in December. I was wrong. Eric told me today.
It was definitely January.
That's that old man memory you got.
It's fucking
When you're pissing in zigzag directions into the sink,
Not thinking.
forgetting what month you inducted Hall of Fame.
finishing in puddles.
The latecomers. Latecomer peak.
Latecomers. Like when you come after she did.
You know, all of a sudden, a couple of drops come out after.
On your pants after you wait up.
Now the Joe wants to share his pee-pee story.
Diego's got the dribbles in your mayonnaise.
I came to him later. He remembered that after the fact.
Hey, you gotta give it a better shake as you get older, for sure. Like you can't just let the piss store up in the shaft like that.
Yeah. Definitely can't do that. It'd be terrible.
In December, he's ready.
Who are we talking about? I saw that. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Rich tried to hold him till next year.
No, I said December. Go back and look in your text. He was fucking. We were trying to get him like 2 weeks later. We were trying to put him on 11-3.
11:22.
Why are you drunk?
Bitch, I've been drinking water and Mio.
And Live Oak.
I didn't put no live oak in mine.
What a hoe. What a
Straight
hoe.
water, dog.
What a hoe.
Hey, listen, I gotta work.
Juan who? Hey, so do we. We're working right now. Hey, this is Richard Burmaster, dude. He's a corporate executive, man. On here slumming with us, drinking alcohol, and then he's got to go back to his day job where he puts his tie on and handles all the executive business.
If I had to wear a tie again, I would never work again. I would just be a
You
bum.
listen to last week's episode, yeah, I'm sure you have. He was like putting figures out there. Like he was talking about all that limousine riding, jet flying, 7-figure contract, about to get 8.
It's not bad. It's a good life. I mean, now I don't have the palatial estate that he does with all of the the servants and the different sections. Not even like quarters, but like just different sections of living that he does. He has his section where the common folk come in. You know, they're
I've seen that section once.
Yeah, they're not. And he has his regular pool for the common folk to see. Then he has his special pool.
Make a room for my bulldog.
About to make a bulldog room.
Yep.
And all the Hispanic people was on that side of the pool. The white
See, I'm over here. I'm on the opposite side.
And I'm gonna get a bunny rabbit, and I'm gonna have a new pet.
I'm getting ready to lose my. I'm getting ready
to
to.
Playboy bunny. You hear that?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dang.
Nice.
What's his name?
You want me to show you? Look, I'm about to get this.
What the fuck are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna play with him.
That bunny gonna run from you?
Put that over.
No,
Diego.
this is a very calm bunny, potty trained.
It's gonna shit everywhere.
No, potty trained.
It's gonna shit everywhere.
Potty trained.
Little people.
Plays with your dogs.
So you're gonna have a rabbit running around your house
Well, look at
with
it.
your dog.
That's a terrible idea.
Have you ever seen Bugs Bunny? Your dog's gonna hate that rabbit, dude.
Yeah. You
Well,
don't.
then if Callie wants to eat him, I'm not gonna stop her. It's not my problem.
The fucking promoter in it. Hey, I'm not feeding the rabbit to my dog, but if it happens, it happens. If he dies, he dies.
Apparently, it's around. It gets along with animals, so I'm gonna try it.
But is Callie gonna get along with it?
Yeah.
Belle would fuck that thing up.
Who's Justin Vasquez?
Justin Vasquez.
All right, guys.
I don't think
Let's wrap it up. We're wrapped. I'm
Wayne,
talking.
Wayne, let's do it, Wayne.
Hey, Eric. Go ahead. Hey, guys, on that note, the time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
Shout out Young LA.
Hey, shout out Heavy Metal Racket, spit in my mouth.
Oh, my God. I'm out of here.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey. You can check them out at howlerhead.com, a handcrafted, award-winning, 80-proof Kentucky straight bourbon. And listen, damn it, it's got the flavors of banana. You like MMA, you like Dana White, you like the UFC. Let's support them, baby. Get the bourbon, get the Howler Head Whiskey, the only whiskey you will find at Fury Fighting Championships. HowlerHeadWhiskey.com, howlerhead.com.